Well, my friends, today I'm going to expose an article which is entitled Google AI's LaMDA versus OpenAI's ChatGPT. Well, more or less, this article is highlighting the fact of the competence which is coming now between several proposals relying in AI chatting. So the point is that since there is this attempt to enrich the internet and the computational abilities regarding talking and communicating, some very well trained tools in the internet has been exposed to the general public for their advantage, and also because mainly they can generate the next point, the next stage in the people communication, in the people chatting, in the people intermediation, for robotics, for new technologies, for the arriving of new proposals. Exactly, this article is pointed that the ChatGPT, which is recently exposed and is relying on OpenAI, is substituting the proposal from Google, which is called LaMDA. LaMDA in this context means the language model for dialogue applications. So everyone is talking now about ChatGPT, but nobody even knows regarding LaMDA. And the reason is because LaMDA had several constraints when they was initially built. LaMDA, for those that doesn't know, is based on the Google abilities, Google skills, while ChatGPT is relying in the open AI. The common point is that they are based on a very well-trained informatic model. By one side, LaMDA is a transformer-based neural language, which is pre-trained with 1.56 terawords. This information is freely accessible and is also more or less invoking the information in the online pages. So it fulfilled by all the information which is available in the internet, basically. A big difference, another difference would be that the LaMDA is pre-trained by using a neural network. A neural network can interpret the results based on the optimization of a lot of parameters. But this optimization is relying in unstructured information. A very well network, which is a structure and is characterized by the disposition of parameters in the network. And these parameters are forming layers. One layer, second layer, third layer. The disposition of these parameters at each layer is responding to the optimization of the information which is traveling from the initial layer, which is the layer of entrains, and is passing through layer by layer until getting an optimization point. There are several ways to achieve this optimization, but the most common is the one relying in the minimum square optimization. And this is just getting into the minimum error possible, which is coming out from the combination of the parameters of the formula applied at each parameter to distinguish which is the real information that is captured in this layer. And of course, based on the optimization of the minimization of the error, it passes or not to the next layer. So in this sense, we are just going to get at the end the best optimized results getting out from this pre-trained multi-layer structure. This is what more or less the sense of LaMDA and the sense of ChatGPT. The point is that to build a big structure like this, you need a very big server and also a very big powerful computer, which is invoking a lot of information at the same time, and is just putting this in the same place, trying to mix them well, very well. When you mix this all and you pass it, and you combine it, and this is very well defined structure with so many parameters, you can decide what is true, what is not. And this is more or less the sense of this neural network, which is defining Lambda and which is defining the ChatGPT. The difference would be, for instance, that Lambda is pre-trained with 137 billion parameters. By the other hand, the ChatGPT is pre-trained by 175 billions of parameters. The point is that ChatGPT has come from an evolution. It's not something that came yesterday. It's something that has come by work year by year of a lot of people, which started by something called the Text Da Vinci OOT. And then came the Text Da Vinci 003. And they just put them all this information together to generate finally the ChatGPT, which more or less is flooding through the people nowadays. Also, this Text Da Vinci 003 was pre-trained, or let's say filtered, by something called the reinforcement learning with human feedback. So it's not just that I trust information which is coming from the ChatGPT. It's also that there is a set of people which is saying, okay, I get this information now, I decide if this is true, and if this is okay, yes, I accept it. And therefore, all the information which came from layer by layer, and it was affirmed like true, is indeed true. But by the other hand, if this is not, this set of people could say no. So this result is rejected. And therefore, this line that came, let's say, going back to see what it came before, is not okay. In this sense, you are optimizing by applying the human feedback. So the point is that they are discussing how ChatGPT could a kind of substitute the power of Google, because this is a tool that is not just very usable, it's very intuitive, and also because of the pre-training and the human feedback corroboration of the results, you can assure, okay, everything that is coming from ChatGPT is true or is very close to be true. So therefore, why to use Google if I can use ChatGPT? It's a very, it's a very crazy affirmation, because everybody is used to employ the Google tool. And also because regarding the business strategy, Google of course have a very big set and control of the search around the world, and of course of the advertisement. They are stating in this article that the big fraction of the market respond to the Google control. But of course, this is not just to get this, but also if there is coming a tool which is having abilities very similar to yours, so they should refine the strategy of marketing themselves, or try to provide a similar tool that not just maybe Lambda, they could refine Lambda and say, okay, this is also a very nice tool, chat with chatting ability and very truthful information. So I would say this is what Google probably could do in the future. They are talking about Lambda AI platform, but this is not commercially available now, but just for very specialized developers which are trying something called the AI test kitchen. So this is maybe not close to be exposed to general public, but is set to be probably close to come. So it's very interesting this statement, because Google search is so profitable. They are getting, for instance, in the year 2022, they got 119.84 billion dollars of profit, which is a very big amount of money. And all this is telling, okay, the marketing side of Google is okay, but it's not, maybe not at the field of chatting with a computer. It's a kind of what the market offers you or what the business give you like a challenge at some point, and you have to deal, okay, what do I do, and let's try to make it better. So summing up, ChatGPT and LaMDA from Google, competing tools that the public in general will decide what they want to. And there is another one which is coming from Meta, which is indeed Facebook. So this tool from Meta, which is having also chatting abilities, is called the Blender bot. But this Blender bot is when you offer a tool like this and it's not well trained, it can be provide biased results. And of course, which is when it comes very frequent, you just say, okay, this tool is not okay, so I cannot use it anymore because it's giving you not good results. So it's a competition which now is hitting the ChatGPT trend with the AI. But many things can happen in the middle time. So we need to see what is the business strategy, how you market this tool in front of the public, and how efficient at the end this tool can be when I make a simple search or I make a simple request, a simple query, and I see, okay, I like this, I want this, I use this. I wanted to expose this article and this information because quite it's interesting to be managed by everyone. If you want to keep pending on us and the information we expose and the content, for sure, keep on us, keep pending, and keep in touch. If you want to write us or tell us something, for sure, be free. Okay, see you, ciao.